This is Callum Corral, and welcome to Kicktalk Reboot. It's the opening day of the league season. In today's programme, we have a report from Stagecoach First Division match between Thistle and Rutherglen at Glencairn. We also have reaction from Thistle manager Sandy MacLean, and we also speak to junior football pundit Drew Cochrane for his reaction to today's results. But first, on to today's results. Stagecoach Premier Division, Atherley 0, Irvine 2, Auchinleck Talbot 8, Beath 2, Clydebank 1, Glenafton Athletic 2, Halford United 3, Kilbirnie Ladeside 1, Petershill 0, Shotts Bonaccord 1, Troon 0, Cumbernauld 0, Stagecoach West Central League Division 1, Cumbernauld 3, Maybole 2, Greenock Juniors 1, Pollock 2, Irvine Vics 1, Shettleston 2, Kilsyth 0, Robroy 3, Larkhill 1, Renfrew 4, Thistle 0, Rutherglen 1, Maryhill 2, Bellshill 1, Neilston 3, Ardea 3, Thornywood 0, Yoker Athletic 2. And the Stagecoach West Central League Division 1, Blantyre Vics 4, Benbub 1, Carluke 2, Dunnypace 3, St Anthony's 1, Lesmahagle 2, Vale of Clyde 5, Ashfield 0, Wishaw 3, Lanark 2, and into the Stagecoach West Central League Division 2, Glasgow Pershire 4, Johnsonborough 0, Royal Albert 0, Cambusline Rangers 1, East Kilbride 2, Newmains United 1, Forth Wanderers 0, Port Glasgow 1, Vale of Leven 1, Rossvale 4. Stagecoach Ayrshire District League, Darvel Juniors 3, Muirkirk 2, Saltcoats Vics 1, Anbank United 1, Whitlets 3, Lugar Boswell 1, Saltcoats Vics 1, Anbank United 1, Winton Rovers 3, Craigmark 0, Dorey Thistle 1, Kilwinning Rangers 2, Govan 3, Killow Rovers 4. And now it's on to my report from Barfields Park, where the score was Thistle 0, Rutherglen Glencairn 1. Now, Rutherglen repeated the score the last time they visited Barfields in today's opening league encounter. It was a midfield battle from the start with chances few and far between. Frizzell had a shot blocked for Largs in 17 minutes and sent the rebound over the bar, but 2 minutes later Rutherglen were handed an easy opportunity. Teenage defender Nicky Jameson's careless pass out of defence for Thistle was seized upon by McClung, but his attempted lob was easily saved by Largs keeper Grant Weir. A searching cross from Glenn Thompson found Ewan Lindsay, but he chose to direct his shot into the bottom left-hand corner instead of hitting it with power, and it was too soft an effort as Rutherglen keeper Hutchison scrambled across his goal to collect. It was a gilt-edged opportunity. And at the start of the second half, Lindsay blazed through again on goal and neatly chipped the outrushing keeper Hutchison, only for an excellent defensive clearance off the line to deny Thistle a goal. And further chances were to follow. Graham Muir blazed over, but against the run of play, Rutherglen scored the all-important opening goal. Maguire showed real determination to hold off defenders and managed to make his way through a ruck of challenges before being confronted with Largs keeper Weir, and he opened his body to side foot home from 10 yards. Thistle was shell-shocked, but Rutherglen could have gone further ahead moments later, as the number 9 trialist diagonally ran to the box from the left wing and looked to be trying to pull the trigger when he was sent flying to the ground by a challenge from Gilbride. Glencairn's claims for a penalty were in vain though, as Gilbride claimed he'd got a touch to the ball and the referee waved play on. And then Largs somehow were denied an equaliser after an Ian Fisher free kick from the right. The deep ball was met by Lindsay, who reacted with a high flick volley, which seemed certain to be going in, but Hutchinson somehow managed to get a crucial touch and turn it around the post. To complete a bad afternoon for Thistle, Barry Stanton was sent off for a needless challenge on the touchline, hampering Thistle's efforts to get an equaliser. Rutherglen's one-man advantage proved to be enough in the end as they comfortably played out the remaining minutes. Rutherglen walked their socks off, kept their discipline, and with rampaging runs and a high-quality goal from Maguire, they will feel they did enough to edge out Thistle. But as for Largs, well, it was a real tale of woe today. They squandered several great chances to score, just couldn't find the back of the net. As Sandy MacLean said earlier this week, the manager, composure in front of goal is going to be crucial for Largs this season, and that was certainly proved today. So the final score at Barfields once more: Largs Thistle 0, Rutherglen Glencairn 1. Well, Sandy MacLean, after Largs Thistle's 1-0 defeat to Rutherglen, obviously a very disappointing start to the season.
Yeah, very disappointing, Callum. Yeah, we expect to win here. We expected to win today. Manager's cliche. I think we've done enough to win the game. To take nothing out of it is a sore one.
Yeah. A lot of chances. Rutherglen's goal maybe came against her on the play, but it never helps when you get a red card.
No, that kind of came quickly after one after the other, really, didn't it? So, for me, I think that's the only chance I've had in the match, and they've stuck it in the net. And then you're right, we've made the substitution at half time because Jamie's on a yellow card, and the type of player Jamie is he'll keep making tackles. So we made that to try and avoid a red card, and that's the irony right in front of you.
Obviously, let's say as well, it was the chances did come for Largs, and Ewan Lindsay was maybe particularly unlucky. He had 3 good chances, and I don't know how one of them just didn't go in, and it was a great save by the keeper.
Yeah, no, as I say, their goal. He's a good goalie. He's a good goalkeeper, but Ewan will be disappointed with Celtic. He's no finished any of them. But in another day, he's in the right areas, and that's what strikers do. The bad strikers are the ones that disappear, and Ewan, to be fair, never disappeared, and he's always up for it. So disappointed.
Missed some good chances at the start of the second half. The goal maybe came against the run and play. Were you disappointed in any manner with that goal?
Yeah, I thought big. We try and play. We play all the time, but there's times that when the opposition get the ball and you're defending. I think Nicky's trying to play in an area that he shouldn't play in. As I keep saying, he's been super for us. He's only 18, just turned 18, and we ask him to play, so he's probably got that one a wee bit wrong. But you can't be hard on Nicky, because we've had enough chances to win that game 4-5-1.
Yeah. Obviously, big games coming up this week as well. Halford away. How are you going to lift the players for then?
Well, I think the players will lift themselves for that. They're in there as if they've just lost the league, as if they've just been relegated again. They're so disappointed. It's a type of reaction you're looking for, and good teams, that's what you're looking for, the reaction after a defeat. It doesn't come much harder than the Scottish Cup holders. Yeah.
OK then, Sandy, thanks for that. Thank you. Right, I'm with junior football pundit Drew Cochrane. We were at the Largs Thistle match. They lost 1-0, as you know, to Rutherglen. Drew, what was your immediate reaction to that match?
Oh, from a Largs point of view, that's points lost. I mean, really, Largs had the chances. Glencairn took one piece of individual brilliance from the boy Maguire, but oh dear, Largs had those chances to win the game.
Yeah. It was incredible, and they were a bit unlucky, the Ewan Lindsay strike as well, which just seemed to evade the post by a last-ditch challenge.
No, well, there were 2 gilt-edged chances that Lindsay had. I mean, he was straight through. He did beat the keeper, but the ball was too soft and it was cleared off the line. And then the point-blank volley. And you've got to hand it to goalkeeper Hutchinson. He made a great block at a great time. It's a super victory for Glencairn, but that's a sore one for Largs in their opening match of the season.
Largs were maybe a bit slow to get started today. I noticed they were very much playing the ball out of defence. Grant Weir was normally getting the ball to the defenders right away rather than maybe launching the ball out.
Well, the problem in the first half, of course, it was a terrible swirling wind. It made the game very messy, to be honest about it. Once again, the long throws from Ian Fisher caused danger, but as you know, Callum, I've said that's a ploy that should be rehearsed, and they should have some variations on it because they're not getting enough out of these long throws.
Maybe disappointing with the way it went, and obviously Largs had a red card with Barry Stanton.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, I've watched this boy Stanton, and he's now a liability. That boy's a liability. He's just a red card waiting to happen in every match I've seen, and it's just not good enough. I mean, he put his team down to 10 men when they were pushing for an equaliser. Players that play in the red mist are no use.
Okay, and obviously, let's say there was some other big results today. We'll look at the Premier League now. Auchinleck got an 8-2 victory against Beath. Quite remarkable for an opening day score.
Yeah, and you know, you never got that from a Beath team before. But if you take Muirkirk out of the equation, the team that seems to have conceded most goals since the first kick of the season has been Beath. I mean, Largs took 5 off them. They lost a lot of goals in quite a number of the matches, and to lose 8 to Auchinleck Talbot, you know, that's a team that they're normally nip and tuck with.
Yeah. Incredibly, it was actually 2 each at one point between the teams, which I thought was quite remarkable. And also looking at it as well, you had Halford beating Kilbirnie 3-1.
Yeah, well, on form that's to be expected. I mean, Hurlford, the Scottish Cup holders, quite well fancied by the bookies to be challenging Talbot for the Premier title, and yeah, you know, it's you'd have taken Hurlford to beat Kilbirnie by that score.
Yeah, and let's say it looks like Maybole got off to a positive start as well for them, a 2-0 win away at Athley.
Yeah, earned the wins at Athley. Those are very good points in the Premier League. Stevie Rankin's brought in again a whole raft of new players. I think it'll backfire in terms of a consistent challenge, but they're obviously going to be in the top 4 or 5 all the time.
Okay, Drew, thanks very much for that. Thank you. And now it's over to Irvine Times reporter Stuart McConnell, who was at Ayrshire District Champions Irvine Victoria today to see their opening against Shettleston.
Welcome to Victoria Park, where the final score in this Stagecoach Super League First Division match was Irvine Vics 1, Shettleston 2. Vics unfurled the flag of the District League Championships following the game and hoped they could put on a performance to match last a great season which has just passed. However, they found it quite hard going against a strong physical Shettleston team, and Scott Anson, the former Cumbernauld man, shot over the bar in 25 yards in 2 minutes. And then again, Anson missed another opportunity. However, Vics did have a chance, and there was a header wide from Kevin Adam after a cross in 5 minutes. However, Shettleston kept pressing, and a Juskovic shot from 10 yards was blocked by a Vics defender. In 11 minutes, however, the visitors got their noses in front, and it was really a free header. And it was a good goal, but a free header. The Vics defence were caught a wee bit napping, and it was a nice finish from Anson from a Con Doyle corner kick. After this, Stuart Hanna, the former winning man, had a shot saved by Bryn Halliwell, the ex-Clyde keeper, as Vics tried to get back into the match. In 28 minutes, a Juskovic's header went just over the bar as the Glasgow side kept pushing. They were certainly sharper in the first half, and a curling Robert Campbell cross cleared the bar in 32 minutes. It was a close one, and then just 2 minutes from half time, home player Matthew Santos was tripped in the box, but no penalty was given. After the break, certainly Vics had more purpose, and a Wilson cross and a Kevin Adam header went wide. Halliwell then made a good save, and Kevin Adam, as Vics tried to get into the game. And 58 minutes, Campbell found Anson. He shot home, but the whistle had gone for offside. Then in Shettleston, however, went 2-0 up in 58 minutes, and that was a careless error. The ball was given away, and by Reid Brown, it was a bit of a slip, and it was Kyle Robertson who raced in to slip the ball under the keeper and into the net. After this, certainly Vics put on a bit more pressure, and they deservedly got a goal back in 66 minutes when Brown redeemed himself by whipping over a cross to Eddie Ablor, and he sent a great volley home from 10 yards. In the closing stages, Vix again threw everything at Shettleston, but found the defence quite hard to unlock, and it was the home side, the visiting side, who did have a few chances. However, the game ended in a sour note when when skipper Robert Burgess was given a straight red card for dissent right on time, but really it had no bearing in the outcome, as by this time Shettleston looked to have the game won. It'll be a tough learning curve for Vix, but they look as if they'll give as good as they get at times, and it's early days. So in Victoria Park, where the final score in this Stagecoach Super League First Division match was Irvine Vic's 1, Shettleston 2. It's Stuart McConnell for Kicktalk.
Thanks for that, Stuart. And now it's a results roundup from today. Premier League champions Auchinleck made a brilliant start as they were the big headline makers, winning 8-2 against Beath. Top of the league after only one game, and they might take some stopping. The scorers were Pope, Milliken, Gormley, and a fantastic 5 from Wilson. Scottish Cup champions Hulford, though, they could be knocking on the door. They won 3-1 against Kilbirnie and opened the scoring after 40 seconds through Watt. Malone pulled a goal back for Kilbirnie from the spot, but Hulford made it 3-1 thanks to Danny Mitchell. And it was Shelby who opened the scoring for Clydebank as they played Glenafton, but the Ayrshire side bounced back to win 2-1 with Kinney clinching the match with a header. Paul Maxwell and Mark Staunton were the scorers for Irvine Meadow as they ran out 2-0 winners at Duntley Park, Arfley, and McKenna scored the only goal of the game as Promoted Shotts won 1-0 at Peters Hill. And down into the Super League First Division, Winters and Fry notched the goals for Pollock at Greenock in a 2-1 win for the City men. Duff, Upton and Urquhart hit the net for a resounding win for Roberette Kilsyth. And Renfrew scored 4 on the road at Larkhall with goals from Benton with a brace, Boyd and Arthur as they move top of the First Division. And anyway, that's us for today. Thanks very much for joining us. That's Kicktalk Reboot. I'm Callum Corral.